You know how we talked about goals? Sometimes I find myself doubting every move and questioning my purpose, whether it's dating or finding the courage to do new things.
Word.
There's always that one thing at the core of self-doubt. What is something everyone deals with, but almost never acknowledge?
That's a good question, bro.
I know.
Let it talk down when I'm not around, yeah. It's only tied down when I'm out of town, no. I don't trust many when I'm in the city. I've never been a shooter, but I keep them with me. Watch them steal the style and say they inspire.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of
Talk Down.
It's your boy. Yo, I don't know if y'all recall, but a couple episodes ago I snapped my fingers and my name appeared. I'm about to try that again.
I remember. Not quite sure that's how it worked last time, bro. The fuck did you go?
Oh, guys, I don't know where I just went, but I found my name. Yo, you want me to try to get yours or?
Nah.
You
I'm good.
All right.
No.
I got you.
Keep that shit over
Yeah,
there.
you don't want to go where I was just at.
All right, so I actually have mine right here. Handy dandy.
Okay.
Stop it. Okay.
Stop it.
That's not it.
Nah, definitely don't need that.
Just do it. That's not it either.
Nope, that's not it.
I might need this.
We're not mad.
Hi.
Alright, you're awake now.
Oh, yeah, it's actually right here.
Ah, nice. I like it.
You like that? Yeah, that out of here.
So as always, guys, make sure you turn on our post notifications because when we post, we'll be able to notify you guys. It's the bell that's somewhere around here. And make sure you're subscribed. If you aren't subscribed and you're watching this right now, do yourself a favor and us. And scroll down just a little bit, hit the subscribe button.
Right.
That bell will come right now. Turn that on as well. Give the like button because that helps us get exposed to everybody else, right? And at the end of the video, if you enjoyed this, drop a comment. We will reply to y'all. And
Share it, please.
yes, fear.
That's the word that I was referring to in the intro. That's probably the most powerful four-letter word in the alphabet.
I mean, exception to a couple.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep it PG, guys.
Hello, motherfucker.
Some are probably more satisfyingly powerful,
Yeah.
but like he said, we'll keep it PG.
Fleck.
In all seriousness, fear could probably prevent you from getting out of bed or even cause you so much self-inflicted agony that you're helpless to overcome it at times.
For sure, man.
You have your phobias and sometimes, those require professional help. But most of the times, the root of overcoming fear is the path of least resistance, acknowledging that you're afraid and the will to overcome it. In this episode, we're going to break down different types of fears and how you can potentially break those invisible hurdles and make a clear path on your journey to accomplishing goals and achieving success.
So guys, let's be honest with ourselves. What do we fear?
Let's kind of go through it a little bit, right?
Yeah, let's
Because we
be
have a
honest.
few. We have the unknown, the fear of the unknown, the
Not
vast,
knowing, not knowing.
the range. Sometimes comfort is a convenience, and pushing the envelope requires you to test the limits that you have created for yourself.
That comfort zone that you live in, they say success lives right outside your comfort
Right
zone.
outside,
so
yeah.
if you're scared to reach out that, you're never gonna succeed.
It's easy for you to stay in that safe bubble that you've created for yourself, never facing anything new or unfamiliar. Where you'll truly gain your bearings and your purpose is when you decide to step outside of that box and realize that you belong where there are no barriers.
Facts. And like I always like to say, the more you do stuff that you don't know, the better you get at stuff you're not good at, right?
Right.
So I think being scared to try new stuff or take that chance, you're never gonna know if you're gonna be good at it if you don't do it.
Yeah,
because you're scared.
You develop an adaptability.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe other people can lean on you to show them, hey, how do you overcome certain things? And maybe you can help be a pillar or a mentor to someone.
Yeah, you're
That's
so
the key.
fearless. You're so fearless. Like, oh, how are you not scared to approach women? Or how you so talk to them so confidently? Or how do you go and you can talk to a stranger? Whatever it is, like you do stuff and you understand that you can fail, but you're not scared to fail.
You have a reference point.
Yes.
You have someone that's relatable. Like if he succeeded at something, naturally I'm gonna go to him and say, yo, how did you overcome something?
Yeah. And I feel like more of us should do that.
That's true. Yeah.
The people who are winning in fields you are trying to win in, reach out to them like, yo, how are you doing it? Like, and if they don't want to help, then that's to them. But whatever, you can find answers if you look for them.
Yeah. Another one is failure.
Fear of failure.
Yeah,
right?
we have an innate fear of failure. The fear of failure is more subconscious than it is conscious.
Without a
We've
doubt.
been programmed to measure failure by comparable accolades, right? by materials or lack thereof, and by what standards were set before us.
Imagine, because you think about it, when we were kids, we weren't scared of nothing, right? It was our parents that told us don't do that. That's not safe. Our teachers don't do that. That's ourselves. People who've been through it before us are like, don't do it. You gotta be safe. But why? It might have been dangerous back then or not safe back then, but now we're evolving as a world. I feel like those times change, so it's kind of holding us back that they're telling us, yo, don't do this, don't do that. You got to do it yourself and see if it works or it doesn't work.
The only way to know if fire is hot is if you actually get burned.
Touch it,
That's the only way.
The closer you get, right, the hotter you see it. But I'm not saying get burned consistently. Learn from it. If you keep getting burned, chill.
Sometimes success starts to reveal itself when you realize that the failure is crippling your growth by failing to try. For every successful light bulb that was created, there were about 1,000 failures before it. And for those of you who are from New Jersey, if you've ever gone to Menlo Park Mall, there is a store there called Urban Outfitters.
And I'm sure you guys are familiar with Urban Outfitters.
And if not, you know, we're waiting for the check, Urban Outfitters, for this plug.
So no link in the bio.
If you go to checkout and you notice and you look up, you notice all those light bulbs. There's hundreds of them above the cash wrap.
I never knew what they meant, actually.
Yeah, but what do they mean? Do you know?
Well, now I know because you told me before. But those light bulbs on top of that register is how many times Thomas Edison failed at making the light bulb.
Can you believe that?
And now there's a lot of light bulbs up there, guys. Like, a lot. It goes to show you that you're not going to succeed on your first try.
Right.
So you can't be scared. If you fail after that first attempt, don't quit. You got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. If you truly believe in your heart that you can succeed, you're going to keep going and going and going until you actually do it, right?
Failure is the road. Success is the destination when you've dared travel that road bravely. Who knows, perhaps during your travels, you'll realize that there are other paths you want to take. But you'll never know if you don't make an attempt.
Facts. So he's saying just get in your car and drive real slow and don't veer off the road. Be aware that it's coming, right?
Yeah.
See it in front of you, and that's what we talked about, having a plan and what happens if stuff goes wrong. About all of that goes into account. If you have an idea of what you're doing, you're going to be less scared. So obviously don't go full front into something. You want to take chances, but take smart chances.
Be smart, I think that what also makes me, or what used to make me afraid, and I think that maybe you can relate also, and you watching, is not meeting expectations.
Without a doubt.
That fear where parents, siblings, family members, friends, we're all full of expectations.
And ourselves.
That are normally put on us that could be lived vicariously, right? Like whether it's a dad who labels his son the next star athlete and puts him in every sport imaginable without even asking the kid, or the family that doesn't accept that you rather be a teacher than score touchdowns, right? Except that they will get over themselves and realize that you should be making your own expectations. If they don't align with what is best for you, then don't let that manifest to fear. Show them that the path is your own, not because you want to distance yourself from them, but because you should be allowed to shape your own world.
And I think as we get older, we have more say. Let's be honest. As kids, honestly, we can't tell our parents, like, no, like, don't do that. No! Some kids, you can't do that. You have to, like, oh, this is what my parents want. But as you get older, you don't have to stay in that same rut where you have to listen to what your parents are saying. If they don't agree with you, yo, I'm gonna be honest. Yo, you gotta live your own life. At the end of the day, couple years, 20 years, 30 years from now, they might not be around no more. Who are you going to listen to except yourself? You want to live with that regret that you didn't give everything you had and you didn't chase your dreams, whatever they are, or your goals, and now you're living with regret and now they're gone and nobody's judging you. But you don't have nothing to show for it.
The key word is you. You are living. You are growing your wings. You are spreading them, and you are going to fly them towards your expectations. Right?
For sure, man.
Let's go to another one, and I know that this one is really tough. It's the fear of rejection or getting put down.
I don't know what that means. I don't get rejected. I'm kidding.
See, but he has the confidence. He's overcome his fear. But I know the old Ryan.
Nah, I used to get shut down. I still get left on red.
Or not even being shut down, but it's not about that. It's about the fear, right?
Taking a chance.
Because this is probably the most crippling of all of them. The mindset here is that you don't lose what you don't play in, right? And I get that mentality, but that is where you're the loneliest. You know, in dating, for instance. How will you know if your soulmate is that man or woman that's standing next to you in the grocery store, bookstore, or in the train?
And that's a great point, real quick. How many times have you seen a man or a woman and you've been like, damn.
Yo, and they trigger like a feeling in you, like, yo, this person.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's a vibe. Yeah. It's a vibe, as they say, right? Yeah. And you don't have the guts to say hello or even introduce yourself because you fear rejection, right? It's like, damn, if I say hi to this person, they don't really mess with me. In your head, you're already telling yourself, I can't get this person. I don't deserve that person. They're too good for me. Whatever it is.
What I don't understand is, and I'm telling myself this, I'm gonna be watching this, yo, Juan, how can you lose what you don't have?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like seriously.
You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let's be honest. Like, that's all it is. So you gotta take these chances. Look, it's scary as hell taking a chance. You're right to have fear, but you shouldn't let it control your life. Right?
The key here is intuition. That's the voice that you have to use. Why is it that when you're driving and you have a GPS and you're navigating to an unfamiliar street, you trust that voice? When you get lost, you take the wrong turn, you trust that voice to get you in the right direction. So you trust your internal GPS is what I'm saying. Rejection is a notch under your belt. At least you've tried and there will be no second guessing. The mindset should be you don't win in games you don't play. Fear and rejection is fear and progress. So now that we've gotten some of the fears out, I think these are the key ones probably, right? How do we overcome fear? You know, there's different ways that you can do that. For phobias, I think that, you know, the ones that leave you with anxiety, depression, or stuck or afraid, you have to seek guidance or help, an outside voice of reason. And whether you pay for it, if it's a professional, you search through some seminars, workshops you can go to, you got to surround yourself with people that are dealing with the same type of fears you're dealing with.
Exactly, because you see them overcoming it. It gives you some confidence that, oh, maybe I can overcome them as well. Or even people going through things that you want to go through. It's like, I did that same exact thing when I wanted to become a personal trainer. I honestly connected with other personal trainers who did what I wanted to do, and I kind of just learned from them. And I actually just talked to one of my friends. Her name's Amber, actually, and I thanked her because she honestly was the reason that I actually had the balls to push myself and go and get it. And I said thank you. And she obviously really humble, and she's like, "Oh no, you would have done it yourself." But nah, I definitely wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for her. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Hey, is that an early shout out to Amber?
Early. Thank you. She already knows what it is. I hope she watches this and sees it.
But yeah, surround yourself. Get mentors. Get people that are gonna help push you over the edge a little bit.
Exactly. You don't, and that's another thing that I want to state, guys. It doesn't matter how good you are right now. You can always be better. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If there's something you're not sure with, ask somebody. Don't act like you're too good to ask. Because we all can know more, right? And if you're scared of something, you obviously aren't going to try it. So messing with people who do and surrounding yourself around a squad or a community that does is going to help you. I'm telling you.
The world is big. Now you can put yourself around other people who can relate. And life coaches are professionals who deal with it on a daily basis and can help settle things a little bit. And show you that nothing is permanent unless you let them become so. There is hope for you yet. Do you want it to be?
And there was this one quote. It was a book that Juan told me to check out, and I've been listening to it because I'm not a reader. But she said that it's not your fault if you're fucked up, and excuse my language, but this is exactly what she said. She said it's not your fault if you're fucked up. It's your fault if you stay fucked up, right? So you can acknowledge that you've messed up and you've been through some bad times, but it's not an excuse to stay in that same rut and keep making excuses for yourself. That's fear of wanting to be better, right? That's fear of wanting to change. So if you're scared to change, you're not going to do nothing about it.
Right, exactly. Another way maybe that you can cope with fear is learn to clear out the negative. Challenge yourself to face your fear.
For sure.
What does that feel like? Close your eyes and imagine taking that leap you're afraid to take, or starting that business you've been afraid to start, or approaching that man or woman that makes your stomach feel like you're housing a stomach full of butterflies.
Just do it. Just do it. Just
picture
start.
that. Picture that. And how does that make you feel? How just does doing that make you feel? Get into it with that mentality rather than picturing the opposite.
That thought just starts smacking you in the forehead like a big bag of dicks.
Go into it with that feeling. That negativity is good to see that it's there, but some people live in it too much. Get away from it. Jimmy Iovine is one of the most brilliant and most successful people. If you don't know who he is, trust me, you do know who he is, you just don't know him. Or don't know of him.
Legend.
What he said was, it's important to harness that fear and turn it into a power. You are fearful, that means that you are powerful.
For sure.
So I guess this is the perfect moment for us to get into our Talk Down challenge.
Yeah, tell them what the challenge is, man.
Our challenge is we challenge you to write everything that you've been afraid of and put them somewhere where you have to look at it every day.
Right in your face.
Like a superhero facing its greatest foe, you will train your mind to overcome all that has been holding you back and keeping you from realizing your potential. The great and brilliant poet Nas once said, "Fear is weakness. Learn from what experience teaches." The key to the shackles are there. Unshackle yourself and fail, but fail forward. Once you've gotten used to the fact that you aren't defined by your failures, but in the attempts you took to achieve success, fear would only be a fuel to your unstoppable force and your prosperous future.
For sure. So, guys, it's okay to be scared, right? It's okay to be fearful. That's a normal feeling, but don't let it hold you back. As Juan stated at the end of that challenge, use it as motivation. Use it as gas to push yourself forward to the next step, right? To that next step, because you can be better, but you're holding yourself back.
Absolutely.
So as always, we want to leave you guys with a quote of the week so you can, think a little bit more, because right, that's what we do on here. Hit them with that quote, dog.
So I've learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave person is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who overcomes it. So we have some shout outs this week. These are my probably most important shout outs.
Yeah, for me too as well.
Yeah, so B-Jack, honestly, I can tell you what the nickname means, but I'll leave it between us.
Shout out to B-Jack.
Yeah, Lindsay.
Yes.
Shout out to you, Lindsay. We call her Skippy Johnson. Carolyn. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and always telling me that you're sharing it with your friends. Trust me, we appreciate that, especially when it's close to home like that. So shout out to you guys.
For sure. I want to shout out my two little nephews, man, who I appreciate. They're literally the reason I do everything I do. They're my motivation. They're things that don't stop me from being scared, right? Because I know they're not scared, so I can't be scared if they're not scared.
Yeah, and they look up to you for that.
Exactly. So I can't be that guy hiding and tell him don't be scared, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to my nephew Junior, who just is crazy. My man is getting old really fast, and he's learning more. And he watches a lot. He watches a lot of these episodes, and I'm hoping he can learn from these.
Yeah.
And my little nephew, my young boy Aiden, man, he's not watching this yet, but I know my man's going hard, and he's super passionate about his life, and I look forward to seeing both of them grow and get better, man.
And shout out to their parents. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Big Boy. Shout out to Melissa.
Yes.
Much love.
So guys, if you aren't aware, Jimmy, his info's in our description, dropped a song in our intro, right? Go check out the full version. I know you guys been hearing that non-stop, and I'm telling you, it's a banger, the whole song. It's all on streaming platforms here, so y'all can check that out. As always, we appreciate you if you drop a comment below, let us know what you think. We look forward to those. There's an email in there as well. Y'all can send us one. Make sure y'all follow us on IG. Those are both in the description as well.
Yeah.
And y'all can send us a DM. Guys, we look forward to responding to everybody, and we appreciate those who send us comments and praise. So, as always, tell a friend to tell her friend to tell all of her friends to
follow us.
Yes, and for Juan, I'm Ryan. As always, signing out. We'll see y'all next week. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, go check all of them out, and we love you guys. Deuces. Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for checking out that last episode.
The previous episodes, and then right there's a circular object.
It kind of looks like
with our logo
like
in
a
it.
pizza.
Yeah, it's round.
Click on it and subscribe, guys.
They let it talk down when I'm not around.
We'll see y'all next episode.